Welcome again, guys. Welcome back. This is the second episode of Misso Talks, your pageant news authority. My name is Uno Rodriguez. I am a pageant expert from Missosology, and we are delighted to be part of the Mr. Grand International 2021. And just like our previous episode, um, today we will be having four extraordinary gentlemen representing their country. Unfortunately, today I will be alone. My co-host Shaina is at work, but she will resume on our episode on Saturday. So stay tuned. And yeah, so let's get this started. We have four, as I mentioned. We will be having Mr. Armenia, Mr. Grand Armenia, Mr. Grand Mexico, Mr. Grand South Africa, and Mr. Grand Thailand. So how will I start this? So I could say good morning to all the people there in the South American country because we have Mr. Grand Mexico. I would say good afternoon here from Mr. Armenia and the rest of the people here in Europe who are watching. And it's good evening there in the Philippines and Thailand and all over Asia. So let's begin. We will begin with Mr. Armenia. Edgar. We are
Yes.
joined. Hi, Edgar.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. So Edgar, I know he is joined with his interpreter, Nani. So she will be helping us if there are things that he will not understand. So hi, Edgar. Can
Hi.
you hi? Nice meeting you both.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah. So tell something more about yourself, Edgar. We would like to hear from you.
Ողջույն բոլորին, ես շատ ուրախ եմ, որ արդեն Mr. Grand International 2021-ի ընտանիքի անդամ եմ։
Hello, everyone. I am Edgar and I represent Armenia, and I'm very happy to be a member of a very big family of Mr. Grant International 2021.
Ես Edgar-ն եմ, Mr. Grand Armenia 2021-ը։
So, my name is Edgar. I represent Armenia, and I'm Mr. Grant International Armenia 2021.
Ներկայացնում եմ Հայաստանը, որը ունի շատ ուղեղ եւ փող պատմություն։
So, as I said, I represent Armenia, which has a very long, very strong, and very deep history.
Երկու օրից կդառնամ 26 տարեկան։
I will be 26 years old after 2 days.
Ես ծնվել եմ մի մարզում, որը համարվում է Ծիրանի ծննդավայրը, որից պատրաստվում է ամենաճանաչված հայկական դուդուկը։
So I was born in an Armenian region which is called Ararat, and this is the homeland of very famous Armenian fruit, apricot. From this fruit, a very famous Armenian musical instrument, duduk, is made.
Եվ այդ մարզը Արարատի մարզն է։
So that region's name is Ararat.
Ավարտել եմ Արարատի պետական քոլեջը, տրանսպորտի կառավարում եւ կազմակերպում ավտոտրանսպորտում բաժինը։
I have graduated from Ararat State College, and I have a bachelor's of management of transportation.
Նաև զբաղվում եմ հագուստի մոդելավորմամբ, աշխատում եմ որպես հեռուստահաղորդավար։
I also do fashion designs. I'm a professional model, and I'm also TV live host.
Զբաղվում եմ նաև պրոֆեսիոնալ մոդելինգով Հայաստանում եւ Հայաստանից դուրս։
I'm a professional model in Armenia and abroad.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That's nice to hear. Thank you for the both of you. So I would have some questions about your profile that you have submitted. But first, let me greet you happy birthday in advance because as you mentioned, you're celebrating your birthday in 2 days.
Thank you so much.
Thanks in advance.
Yes. So some of the people know little about your country, but as we all know, there are lots of international people who came who are Armenian as well. Can you share some?
Շատ մարդիկ քիչ բան գիտեն Հայաստանի մասին, բայց շատ հայտնի մարդիկ են Հայաստանից դուրս եկել, որոշների մասին պատմում։
Այո, շատերն են դուրս եկել, ինչպիսին է Kim Kardashian-ը։
So, yes, you're right. Many people know about Armenia very little, but we have so many famous people in all over the world. Maybe the most famous one is Kim Kardashian.
Charles Aznavour.
And also Charles Aznavour. And the singer Cher.
Yes.
Yeah, the singer Cher and Andre Agassi. Yeah, but the Kardashians
Yeah.
are making it really, really famous. So yeah, they're putting your country in the map, and I hope you will also put your country in the map now that you're representing your country at Mr. Grand International, which is very delightful. Um, Another thing that I would like to ask is during my research about your country, why is chess part of the curriculum in school? Why is it mandatory?
Ինչու է շախմատը դասավանդվում դպրոցներում։
Որովհետև դա կարծում եմ շախմատը խելացի խաղ է, կարծում եմ պետք է խաղան միայն խելացիները։ Ինչու՞ չէ, նաև բոլոր մարդիկ պետք է իմանան շախմատ խաղալ։
So chess is a very important game. Maybe you know that it is played only by intelligent people, and you should have a very huge amount of intelligence and logics to play it. So for our nation and our country, it is very important that our children be logical and learn how to play it from childhood.
Oh, that's amazing. I mean, I've watched Queen's Gambit, which is like, it's about chess. And yeah, it's nice to know how your people are training the young ones, even they're still really small, to do this thing. So, okay. So, another interesting question I would like to ask about your country is that you have like 3 million in population in Armenia, in your country, but there are like 5.6 million Armenian all over like outside your country who migrated. I mean, I understand that this happened during the 1915 genocides, and most of your people, the Armenian, migrated to other countries like here in France, in US, and yeah, other neighboring countries. So can you say something about this?
Okay. Հայաստանում ապրում է 3 միլիոն հայ, բայց ավելի շատ թվով հայեր միլիոնավոր ապրում են դրսում։ Իրենք գիտեն ցեղասպանության մասին։ Ինչ է այդպես եղել, որ ավելի շատ դրսում է, քան Հայաստանում։
Որովհետև ցեղասպանության ժամանակ շատ հայեր տեղափոխվել են այլ երկրներ, ինչպիսին է Քիմ Քարդաշյանը, նրանց ընտանեկան պատմությունը հենց եղել է այն ժամանակ, երբ որ ցեղասպանությունն է եղել եւ նրանք գնացել են մեկ այլ ուրիշ երկիր։
So, you are right that in our history in 1915 we had a great genocide, and because of it, many people from Armenia escaped, and one of them is very famous person, celebrity Kim Kardashian. We spoke about her already. So, not only her family, but also millions of families, thousands of people escaped from Armenia to the USA, to different countries in the world, and their generations were born in that country. So, that is why we have just a 3 million population in Armenia, but 10 million population abroad.
Ցեղասպանության ժամանակ բոլորը փախչել են տարբեր երկրներ եւ այդ ովքեր որ փախել են նրանք աշխարհում շատ հայտնի մարդիկ են։
So, as we have already mentioned, many people escaped from Armenia to different parts of the world, both Europe and the USA, and and other parts too. And many people became very popular, like Dem Bilzerian. We have forgotten to speak about him, and maybe. And also Charles Nabur, we have already spoken about him. So there are so many people, so many names, we even cannot remember all of them. It is very difficult because they are so outstanding and they are so famous that sometimes we feel guilty to name some of them and to forget the others.
Oh, that's very nice to hear. And as you mentioned, you are also commercial model and a TV presenter. So my question is like, do you think being handsome will get you far in life, or this helps on how you become a TV presenter and commercial model?
Քո կարծիքով բարետես լինելը քեզ օգնում է կյանքում կամ կոմերցիայի հարցում։
Կարծում եմ այո, նաև օգնում է, բայց ամենակարևորը մարդ տեսակն է, գեղեցկությունը այդքան դեր չի խաղում։ Եթե լինես լավ մարդ, ամեն ինչ լավ կլինի եւ լավ կդասավորվի։
So, you are right, being handsome is very great, but the most important, in Edgar's opinion, is to be a nice person, a kind person. Because if you look nice, like by appearance, but you are evil inside, it can't help you in your life.
That's a very nice answer. I'm waiting for that. So later, expect there will be more hard hitting questions coming from me, and this is like a preparation for all of you, so that when you go to Panama in November, yeah, you are all equipped. So to end our first, interview, not yet, not really ending because we will be having you again. My last question is just for now. What makes you proud most of your country, Armenia?
Ինչն է քեզ ամենաշատը Հայաստանի մասին հպարտ դարձնում, ինչն է ստիպում, որ հպարտանաս Հայաստանով։
Ա, ա, Հայաստանը շատ գեղեցիկ է, ինքը ունի շատ հարուստ մշակույթ եւ խորը պատմություն։
Oh, it's a very hard question, because it has so long answer that we really cannot try to answer that question in few minutes, but we will try. So we are proud of Armenia because we are one of the most ancient and oldest nations and countries in the world. Our history starts from even before the Christ, Jesus Christ, and we have some historical books starting from 5th century. So the best thing that makes us proud of our country is that we are one of the most ancient and the oldest countries in the world.
Եվ ուզում եմ բոլորը իմանան, թե ինչքան փոքրիկ եւ գեղեցիկ է իմ երկիրը։
And he wants everyone to learn and to know how small but beautiful is our country.
Thank you for that. I will definitely try to visit your country along with Georgia and other neighboring country next to you. Yeah, during my research about your country, I understand that you are the first nation to adopt Christianity, and you are the home of the world's oldest winery, which is very good since I live here in France. So yeah, thank you so much for the two of you. We will catch you again in a bit while I will be
Thank you.
proceeding
Thank
to
you.
other candidates. Thank you, Edgar. Next, we will have Mr. Mexico, Gustavo Olmos.
Hello,
Hi.
hello, hello.
Yeah, hola.
Hola, hola, ¿cómo está?
I'm good. How are you?
And I talk in Spanish, but I think it's almost a Philippine that word. ¿Y cómo
I
está?
know, I know, but ¿cómo estás is like also the same in Spanish a bit, ¿Cómo está and ¿cómo estás? Yeah. So, can
Exactly.
you tell more something about yourself, Gustavo?
Uh, yes, yes. We know already I'm a psychologist, and I love the arts as a dancer. Um, I love to. I'm not a professional singer, but I like and I love to sing. And well, I have on my mind many things because I want to do like a circus thing, but my psychologist thing. I used to be consoler or schooler and also teacher for the policeman. And on my mind, I have a lot of things. I used to do martial arts too.
Yeah, so technically you are jack of all trades. You can do everything. Yeah. You are a dancer, you're a performer, you're a school counselor, and you wrote about East speech. What is that? East speech.
And what?
You wrote in your bio about East speech. Can you share more about it?
Okay, well, in Spanish is better for me for sure because it's my first language. But I love to do like a conference. When I used to be on the college, I used to do like a conference and talk with the many groups. I used to be like a sexual education for the teenagers and went to different schools and talk about it, the
Uh,
prevention and all the important thing about that.
yeah, that's very inspiring, and especially nowadays where are the young ones who would just go and use their social media carelessly. It's important there are still people like you who would do all these kinds of counseling, especially about sexual education, because it's been like a problem all over the world too.
Uh,
And
yes. Oh, sorry.
It's okay. So you spoke four languages.
No, no,
Right.
no.
How many
No,
languages can you speak?
I spoke just two.
Just two. Ah, okay.
Just two. Yes. I told the last interview I used to live with Filipino family when I was in Canada, but I didn't learn nothing about Tagalog. Just I used to hear it and I asked to my family what is that word and try to talk Tagalog, but it's so difficult for me right now. I was being there just for learn English and try to learn Tagalog was a little bit difficult. Maybe the next time.
Yeah, I know. I mean, but there are still lots of Filipino words who are still Spanish, like silla, which is chair.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, and many other things. Calle, the road. And
When I was being there, I try to feel like the Filipino people is almost like a Mexican people about the behavior.
I mean, we've been both colonized by the Spaniards. There is like the galleon trade from Acapulco to my country as well. So I think
Yes,
we are a bit related because of the Spaniards, and it honed us to be the people that we are now. Like we still do merienda, siesta, and all those things, which is very Spanish, but it's been like part of our traditions and culture. Like we celebrate lots of fiesta, we eat lots of food. I mean, you stayed with a Filipino family, definitely will be cooking a lot. And have you eaten Filipino foods while you were with them in Canada?
also they are good cooker because I used to live with my father was a chef. I was so happy because all days I was eating like a restaurant. My father say take whatever you want, eat whatever you want, and okay, excuse me because I eat a lot. And they say you can do whatever you want, here is your home. But my experience with Filipinos is amazing. Also I talk with them and to my family and talk with them and told like I'm going to Philippines to do that contest, and they was so happy because they said you're gonna learn more of us. And right now I told them, well, not gonna be in Philippines, gonna be in Panama, but the owner is Philippine.
Yeah, I know. So okay. So Mr. Grand International is going to be held in Panama City, as we all know. Do you think it is an advantage for someone like you who speaks Spanish, knowing that you will be competing in your neighboring country who also speaks the same language as your own? Do you think it's an advantage?
I think the competition gonna be the same because you have to still doing the same. Maybe the place have a Spanish talk. Excuse me. Many people talk Spanish, but it's gonna be the same because the rules are the same. All the homeworks are the same. I think it's not advantage. It's just different scenery.
How has been your preparation now?
Right now, it's a little bit harder because you have to keep your mind focused, doing just hard work and train your mind, and go to the psychologist, go to the English teacher, practice your wrong way, but still be a grown man because you have to work. But right now, and also the past months, I feel like so happy and so excited because it's no like a the Mr. International is November 25 to December 5. It's no, it's until 3 months already. And I love to be prepared and do my job, my homework, and I feel so excited about that.
Yeah, that's nice to hear. Can you give us a tease of what you're gonna be wearing, for example, for your national costumes? Because I know Latinos are always having these detailed, elaborate, laborious costumes.
Well, right now, I'm trying to do one different thing from Mexico because we have a lot of culture here. But I don't want to keep like a cliche, we wear like a special costume like a charro. And I have a lot of costume there because I used to sing like a charro,
Mhm.
but and also for Spanish thing. But we have other thing like a fantasy thing like Alebrije, and this is a good story about Mexico, but it's so colorful, so fantasy. Is you're gonna enjoy that.
Dia de Muertos is coming very soon, so I think everyone is already happy.
Yes, they have to. They have to because it's a good experience.
I know. So I think I have one more question. As we all know, since 2010, you have produced two Mrs. Universe. Yeah, I mean the current Miss Universe and 10 years back was from Mexico, and finally you scored a win at Miss World in 2018. I think 2018. Yeah,
18, I think.
yeah, and also the very first Mr. Supranational is also from Mexico. Do you think it's high time for Mexico to bring another crown as a male for the male division in
I
Miss?
I think I think Mexico have a good talent because it's no. I told already, and also in all the interviews I tell the same. It's not just like you have like a picture like this. No, and in Mexico we are hard worker. Like here in Mexico, if you want something, you have to do no one the double homework. And also, for example, here in my state, they don't have like they don't are fun about the beauty contest,
Mhm.
and you have to keep going like a look. This is a good thing, and I have to do all this thing to be prepared. And Mexico, I think, have a good way right now because we are hard workers.
So, in your own opinion, what makes you a winner?
Excuse me, I didn't hear you.
In your own opinion, what makes you a winner?
The full package, beauty unimagined, but beauty here and also beauty here because you're gonna talk with many people. You you not like just a model, like be model and just pose. No, you have to talk with the people. You have to have empathy. You have to have intelligence for try to do who is next. And I think it's a full package.
That's very nice answer. I'm already impressed from Mr. Armenian, Mr. Mexico. You are delivering nice, intelligent answers. And we will have you back again. And as I proceed to the next Mr. Grand candidate. Thank you, Mr. Grand Mexico.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Now we will be having Mr. South Africa, Anthony.
Ade,
Hi, hi,
how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great, thank you.
How is it like now in South Africa?
Oh, it's a little bit contrast. Right now we're having a lot of rain, and we used to sun this side and very nice weather. So it's been a little bit down for the last 3 days. It's been raining with a lot of overcast, but still enjoying it.
So Anthony is 28 years old. He is
Yes,
has a degree in finance, and your job is that you are an accountant. You speak
correct.
four languages. Is it?
No, I speak two languages.
Okay.
I am a little bit touch and go with a couple of languages. Interesting fact, in South Africa, we have 12 official languages.
Wow.
So there's a lot to learn here. But yeah, I speak a few languages.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, guys, I was just basing everything on their profiles that was submitted, and they write that it's four.
Okay,
Okay. So Anthony, you are first runner up of Mr. World South Africa, right?
correct. Yes.
Can you tell something about your experience before? Is it an advantage, like, you know, that
To
going?
be honest, yes. Sorry. To be honest with you, it's been an interesting journey up until this point. The Mr. World South Africa competition was very competitive. I was up against quite a few tough gentlemen, but I will say it prepared me for competing this upcoming month at the Mr. Grand International competition. It's given me a little bit more of an understanding of how beauty pageants work, and also to prepare myself for an international stage. Um, but all in all, I think it was an enjoyable experience, and that's why I'm taking the step ahead to Mr. Grand International. Yeah, I wanna make that step forward.
I can imagine how stiff the competition is. I mean, like a week ago, I think I watched Miss South Africa, and they are all gorgeous. They're all intelligent. So yeah, I mean, competition in South Africa is really, really, you know, you are setting the bar high, which which made me, since I am a pageant expert in Missosology, your country had scored well on Miss World.
Yes.
You have Rolling Straws who won in 2014, and then you almost have like triple victory at Miss Universe. One is first runner up, and the other two were, it's a sandwich victory. So you are really doing great things, and there are
Yes.
lots of semifinalists and runner ups too. Do you think it's high time for the world to have a male winner from South Africa in you?
I definitely believe so. I think it's time that the world starts to recognize South Africa, not only for our talent, but for what we have to offer. If we look at just some of the previous winners prior to me, in terms of the females, I mean, you can tell by yourself, being an expert, that the competition is quite high coming from South Africa, and a lot of recognition has come through because of that. So I think it's about time that on the male side, South Africa steps up their game. It's a lot of pressure on me, but I'm willing to take that on.
Yeah, it's okay to have pressures. We only have diamonds when it underwent this extreme pressure. So
There you go.
it's a good training. And you
Yes.
also wrote in your profile about that you can do TT dance. I was trying to research it. What is TT dance? And I've been seeing girls. It's a different TT dance that I've been seeing. What is a TT dance?
uh, it's. I thought it would be interesting to show. I can't do it now because I've got a smart formal shirt on, but I can make my pecs move. I've got
Ah,
some
wow.
chest muscles. Yes.
Okay, interesting. So you are also a music producer and a
Yes.
videographer. Can you
Yes.
elaborate on this?
Yes. So I think since I was a child, I've just always loved music. There's always just been something within me that finds comfort and stillness in music. I get lost in all sorts of music. And just to saying that, I listen to all kinds of music, African music, Kizomba music, as well as classic, jazz, blues, all the way down to hip hop music, as well as deep house and house music. So I love music of all kinds. And just speaking about that, I ended up touring, or should I say, venturing into a new adventure of understanding music from the production side of things. So when I talk production, I'm talking digital production, which is making music on a software that's provided by a computer. So yeah, it's an interesting journey, and the music that I do make is deep house music.
Wow.
And also, when we talk about videography, yeah, I think that also something that came from my childhood. Um, when I was younger, we used to travel a lot through Africa, particularly between Malawi, Zimbabwe, and Mozambique. So I've traveled and I've lived in Malawi and Zimbabwe along the way. And always, every time we used to travel, we have always used to have a camera or a video camera, those old school video cameras that you put
And
on top of your
the big
shoulder.
one.
Those were the best, because my parents never used to allow me to use the big cameras because there were so many buttons and it was such a precious thing. You had to put the video cassette on the side. So it was quite technical, but it always fascinated me because I used to look at them and watch them making videos. And it was something that I always wanted to understand. I used to watch home videos afterwards, which we used to sit with our family and just laugh at the moments. So yeah, that joy of making videos came from that, and now it's turned into a passion of mine that I do on the side here in South Africa.
So simply by listening to you, we can already feel how passionate you are about about these things. Okay, another thing that you wrote in your bio is how that these words such as ethnicity, culture, gender, and physical features are some of the most important words in your country. Why do you say so?
Because I think South Africa is one country that can be considered a rainbow nation. And when I say rainbow nation, I mean that there's so many diverse cultures, religions, ethnicities, all based within our country. And we even have a word that we use here in South Africa. I'm not sure if you've heard of it, but it's called Ubuntu, which is the inclusion of everybody. And the meaning of it is, I see you, therefore I am. And we acknowledge each other in that way. And just considering that alone, I think it's an important factor given the history of South Africa that we acknowledge one another for our differences and we acknowledge each other from our past. So, in us creating a better country, a better tomorrow, we need to understand where somebody's from and have that compassion to welcome that person into our world, into South Africa, as well as the people around us to allow us to move forward in a better view and a better light.
That's so nice to hear. That's very deep. And our first part of interview, when I was reading your interview, I got so touched because when you were asked who is the most important person or most important thing in your life, you wrote it's your mother. Can you
Yes,
elaborate on this?
for sure. Some people may call me a mama's boy. I don't care because without my mother, I wouldn't be where I am today. She's paved a very good path for me in my life. She's shaped my mind. She's shaped how I've gone to school and a lot of things. And this is a woman that used to live in a village in Malawi and used to walk almost 50 Ks to go to school. And today, I think you see the effects of that in me and what I've achieved. Not only talking about fitness in my fitness career, but as well as my education, as well as the person that I am and the person that I represent to the world. I think more than anybody else, she can take credit for that.
And I believe she is very proud of you, Anthony. So
She is. She is.
I'll see
She's.
you. Thank
Sorry.
you. It's okay.
Okay.
Thank you. I will see you again afterwards. Now
Thank
I will
you, Uno.
to our final Mr. Grand candidates who is gracing our show, Mr. Thailand, Gio. He is 28
Hi,
years.
Sawadika. Hello, yes, I'm 28 years old.
How do you pronounce your name again? Gioele. Gioele.
Gioele.
Gioele. Okay. Joel. And you are half Thai, half Italian, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Can you tell more about yourself?
So, I was actually born in Italy and I spent there like most of my life. I
Which
moved
part?
back here in Thailand when I was like 17 years old,
Okay.
and I graduated from a UK university based here in Bangkok. And right now, I'm also taking an MBA course for in a UK university as well. But due to COVID, I couldn't go to UK.
Mhm.
So yes, that's pretty much what I'm doing right now. I'm also working as a marketing manager. That's my main job. And as a part-time, I'm actually teaching in a military school.
Yeah. That's very
Yep.
interesting. I even put a note on military school teacher. And before I go deep in our conversation, which part in Italy you were born?
I'm from Milan.
Milan. So it's just near me. I would always go
Yes,
to
my
Milan.
dad is from Milan. Yes.
That's cool. And now, especially as Filipinos who live here in Europe, will always go to Milan or Rome because you have Jollibee.
Yes, Milan is the city of fashion, right? So
I
yeah,
know,
it's
I
very
know.
nice.
And it's also near France, so we would always travel.
Yes,
I love Italy a lot.
yes, that's true. It is also near to Switzerland. It's like a strategic point
Yeah,
if you want
Lake
to
Como,
travel around
a
Europe.
bit Lake Como, and
Yes,
yeah. Okay, so now we go back um to what you have mentioned about military school teacher. My
yes,
question would be, as a military school teacher, what is the most
yes.
important thing you have learned?
I have learned that sometimes kids can actually teach us as well. It's not just me teaching them, it's them teaching me as well. I really love to see how much they're pure, how much they're honest, and how much they love to learn. Actually, I'm really proud of my students.
Actually, my next question is, what are the lessons you have learned from your students? And you already answered it, which is so good.
Yes.
Okay,
They are really, really nice. Seeing that they're so pure and innocent, but also very, very wise. Sometimes we think that kids may don't know stuff, may don't know things, but that is not true. Sometimes they know and they realize things even better than adults do because their brain is not, really much influenced by negativity or by everything that happens around that we know about. So their answers and their think is very pure, and that's what I love about my students.
You also wrote that you love traveling. I mean, can you
I
name?
do love
Yeah,
traveling.
can you name the place?
That's my first passion.
Me too.
I have been to really. Okay, we should travel together sometime.
Yeah.
I have been so far. I've been in Turkey. I've been in Tunisia, UK. Okay, of course, Italy, Cambodia, Laos, Vietnam, um, Hong Kong, and let me think, Switzerland. I think that's it. Yes,
So
for now,
you
that's it.
haven't been here in the country where I reside now.
No, not yet.
Not yet. No, I
And
mean
I
you
never
can
been to.
always, I mean you can always
Yes.
visit us. I know you have a friend here in Paris who could guide you in me. So you are welcome here.
Okay, I will love that. I will love that.
Okay. Let's go to some questions about your country now. As we all know,
Sure.
November 1, Thailand plans to end the COVID quarantine requirements for fully vaccinated travelers. And
Yes.
what is your opinion about this?
I think that Thailand is so ready for this. You know, Thailand is a great country, and our best resource to fight COVID and the situation is the heart and the goodwill of the Thai people. I feel like Thai people are really good at following rules, and there were no such things as manifestation against the vaccine. I think that is really good because I heard that some countries, I don't want to say anything bad about any country, but I feel like uh, it is a it is a right for us to get vaccinated, and it's also good for people who are around us. So I'm really pro-vaccine, to be honest, and I feel like Thai people are doing everything and actually did everything they could to stop the virus. Right now, the cases are dropping, and more than half of the population in all the country is already vaccinated, and actually most of the population in Bangkok is already vaccinated. So we are uh, ready to welcome you all, and you will love it, especially because with 1st November, actually the winter season, which is my favorite season in Thailand, will start. And so, of course, it's not going to be cold. It's going to be hot, but not as hot as in summer, you know. So
Yeah,
I think this is the best time to travel, and Thai people are ready to welcome everyone with their smiles, and you're going to love it.
I think you should be working in the tourism industry because you're selling Thailand really well. And yes, and based from the research that I have, at least like 30 million plus have been fully vaccinated in your country, which is very,
Yes.
very good.
Yes.
And another thing that I researched is that there's still alcohol ban in your country, like in restaurants, closed bars, especially what had happened last April, where you know that the number um, of cases became large, and there are even some of restaurants and businesses that have closed because, as we all know, Thailand is very much
Yes.
about tourism and nightlife. And so, what is your opinion about this alcohol ban in your country?
I really think that Thailand has plenty of things to offer, and I agree with the alcohol ban because, as many, I think also research has shown that consuming alcohol actually reduces your immunity
Mhm.
system. So COVID right now, COVID in Thailand is getting better, but is still here. So, as I say, there are plenty of things that tourists can do, that Thai people can do to enjoy the country. And if that means that we're going to have to wait a little bit more for consuming alcohol, no problem. You can also take a mocktail instead, or just enjoying coconut, because in Thailand coconut is
Coconut.
really a thing.
Yeah,
So coconut water, yes.
that's my favorite too.
So
That's
yeah,
the
I love coconut
vision
water.
in me. So my final
Yes.
question is, which would you choose? Business or health safety first? Which is more important? Business.
Sorry, can you repeat the question? Yes,
Which is
business.
more important? Business or health safety first?
Uh, Health safety first, because if people die, then no business. So first of all, health, and then But I'm not saying that business is not important, because of course it is, because we need money to buy food, to live, to do everything actually. But actually, we should put this in the middle, maybe in the middle.
Yeah, a perfect
A little
balance
bit
of everything.
more on the health side, yes. A little bit more on the health side, but still, it should be balanced.
Yeah.
And I think this is pretty much what Thailand is doing right now. Everything is pretty balanced right now, and I'm so happy.
Yeah, I think this is what this pandemic has taught every one of us. Like at first we thought that we have everything all planned, like we are deciding everything, and then this pandemic put the world in a pause for us to slow down, think the basics in
Yes.
life, our health and everything. So yeah, it was nice. It's nice hearing from you, Mr. Thailand, Mr. Grand
Oh,
Thailand.
thank you. Thank
So
you.
now I think we will have all four of you. I think we can do it now, so that it will be a more interactive for the five of us now, four and me.
That's great. Yes.
Yeah. Can we have back Mr. Mexico, Mr. Armenia, and Mr. South Africa? Welcome back again. So we have finished the first part of our getting to know interview. Oh, I have prepared lots of questions actually. So I have this like segment called options. Um I will ask you one question each and you just have to choose, and it's like black or white and why. That's an example. Okay? So
Okay.
I will not do this alphabetically now, so you will be surprised. So first I will be asking Mr. Switzerland. No, South Africa. Sorry. South Africa. Yeah.
Yes.
Mr. South Africa. Uh Options. Okay. Do you think life is a matter of choice or life is a matter of destiny? Why?
Sorry,
Life
just say it again for me,
life
Uno.
is a matter of choice or life is a matter of destiny? Why?
Life is a mother of choice because you are the master of your own destiny.
That's nice. Next is Mr. Thailand. Sunrise or sunset?
Sunrise. My Thai name's Arunthep, meaning down, sunrise, angel of the sunrise. So sunrise.
Okay. Mr. Armenia. Christmas or birthdays?
Սուրբ ծնունդ, որը դա քրիստոնեական տոն է։
So he's choosing Christmas because it is a Christian holiday, and he thinks that since the birthday of Christus, Jesus Christ, the other birthdays came from.
Even though your birthday is coming in 2 days, you still chose Christmas. What a nice guy. Okay, Mr. Mexico. Fit,
Yes.
fit body or fit mind?
Could you repeat, please?
Fit body or fit mind?
Well, I prefer fit mind, because with your fit mind can organize hold your life for be fit body.
Okay, Mr. South Africa. Saving a child or saving an elderly person?
Ooh, that's a very tough one, Uno. You're putting me on the spot here.
It's a
um, I would say saving a baby
why?
because the baby has so much more to experience about life, and there's more adventure, more things to figure out. So it's a new path.
Nice answer. Mr. Thailand, physical
Yes,
health or mental health?
mental health and also physical health. But if you have a mental health which is not working, which is not good, you cannot have a physical health as well, I guess. Everything comes from the mind. I believe in mind power. So mental health.
Okay. And Mr. Grand Armenia, life should be should have to be a rewind button or a pause button. Life should have a rewind button or a pause button.
Sorry, can you repeat it or just explain it?
Okay. Can we choose life should have a rewind button or a pause button?
Should life have like post life or pre life? Am I
No,
right?
no, no. I mean,
No?
if we were given the opportunity to have something like an option
Okay.
about our life, do you
Uh-huh.
think we should have a rewind button, like to rewind things, like to go back to the past, or a pause button, like just a
I
pause,
got
like
it.
okay,
Okay. Եթե մնաց հնարավորություն ընտրել գնաց նախ անցյալ թե գնաց ապագա։
ապագա։
Ինչի համար։
Որովհետև ուրիշ ձև եմ պատկերացնում ապագան, ուզում եմ շուտ գնամ ապագա, ավելի անելիքներ ունեմ այնտեղ։
So he wants to go to the future because he thinks that he has so much things to do in the future.
okay, okay, okay. So next part will be having difficult questions, easy, medium, or difficult. Okay. So I would like to ask Mr. Armenia first now again.
Okay.
Okay. Um, what is sexy to you?
Okay. Ինչա սեքսիզմը։ Ես ինչա սեքսիզմը։ Մի բան ասի ես կասեմ։ Ասա սեքսիզմը շատ կտրուկ։
Սեքսիզմը իմ կարծիքով շատ վատ բան է։
Okay, so he thinks it is one of the worst things in this world, and it shouldn't happen in all over the world. And now he is even struggling he's struggling against it in our country.
Okay. Next is Mr. Mexico, Mr. Grand Mexico. How can you define success?
When you have something in your mind and try too hard to do it, and when you do it already, when you done your goals.
Okay, thank you. Now, Mr. Grand South Africa. How can you define happiness?
It's very subjective, but I would say happiness is a state of peace and calm within yourself and a place where you feel at home.
Thank you for that. Now, Mr. Grand Thailand. What is the definition of a male title holder?
What is the definition of a male
Title holder,
title holder? Like, for example,
like a beauty
can you give
queen.
me an example of that?
Like what is like the
Okay.
definition of a beauty queen? But now this is on the male part.
Well, I think that nowadays, in 2021, the pageantry world has changed so much. It is not much about beauty, but rather the platform that gives you to express yourself and actually help other people. So if a male, for example, becomes like Mr. Grand International, I think he could use that platform to help other people and to raise awareness about things that he knows about. For example, if I was to win, I will really advocate about mental health because myself, I have experienced depression before, and I came out of it, and I would like to be like someone that people with depression can look up to, and I will try to help people as much as I can.
Okay, thank you.
So it
Next.
gives you powers of speech. That's
Okay,
the the short answer. Power of speech.
okay. Mr. Grand Armenia. Okay, this is the medium question. Okay, who do you think is a better leader, a man or a woman, and why? Who do you
Okay.
think is a better leader, a man or a woman, and why?
Ով ավելի լավ լիդեր, կինը թե տղամարդը եւ ինչի։
Իմ կարծիքով կինը, թե ինչի, որովհետև կանայք ավելի կազմակերպված են այդ առումով եւ ամեն ինչը դասավորված են անում։
So he thinks that women can be better leaders because he thinks that women are much more organized and they are putting everything in order and arrange everything.
Կանայք ավելի խելացի են, քան տղամարդիկ։
So he thinks that women are much more clever than men.
Okay, nice answer. Maybe because you're next to a female interpreter. No, just
Yes, I
kidding.
think so.
Okay, Miss. Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Grand Mexico.
Mhm.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Has your definition of success changed after the pandemic? Why or why not?
Well, if you didn't plan something or go to the next level with this year because you was alone with you and try to do new ideas, and the success of this is like we have a union like a human, because we don't are a superhero. We can have that kind of experience, but we have to try to do our best, like try to go to the next level, do the new evolution, and
Thank,
that's the success for me.
thank you, Mr. Grand Mexico. Mr. Grand South Africa. Okay, this is your question. Do you think vaccination should be mandatory in the world? Why or why not?
Wow, you really putting me on the spot today. I don't think it should be mandatory, particularly because it's it's not a definite cure for COVID. It seems to lessen the effects of COVID. But that's my personal opinion. I think people should have a choice if they want to take the vaccine or not. I think above all else, your humanity should matter besides forcing somebody to have a vaccination.
Thank you, and thank you, Anthony. Next is Mr. Grand Thailand. Mr. Grand Thailand, if you are given the
Yeah,
opportunity to live in the past, would you change something from the past? Why or why not?
I will not, because I'm afraid that by changing something, the work will go even worse. So, not.
Okay. That's very nice answer. So we are now going to the difficult question. Okay. So before it was not
Sure.
that difficult. This is the difficult question, Mr. Armenia, Grand Armenia. This is your question. What do you think is the most pressing problem your country is facing right now,
Okay.
and how would you address it?
Okay. Որն է այն ամենամեծ խնդիրը, որ հիմա երկրում կա եւ ոնց կլուծես դա։
Կարծում եմ ոչ միայն իր երկրում, այլ բոլոր աշխարհում կոռուպցիան է, որը պետքա վերջ դրվի կոռուպցիային։
Ոնց կլուծես դա։ Okay, so he thinks that the not question, the worst problem that has in the world, in all over the world, not only in our country, it is the corruption. And maybe we can or we must solve that problem by being honest ourselves.
Thank you. Next question, Mr. Armenia again. When is the right time to speak, and when is the right time to listen?
Okay. Երբ է ճիշտ ժամանակը խոսալու, երբ է ճիշտ ժամանակը լսելու։ Բանասը։ Չէ, առհասարակ։ Երբ է ճիշտ ժամանակը խոսալու, երբ է ճիշտ ժամանակը լսելու։
Լսելու ժամանակ այն ժամանակն է, երբ որ ինչ որ մեկը քեզ ճիշտ խորհուրդներ է տալիս, այդ ժամանակ պետք է լսես դիմացինին, եթե իհարկե նա քեզ ճիշտ խորհուրդներ է տալիս։
So he thinks that it is the right time to listen when somebody is speaking because any person surrounding us and speaking can give us good advice and can speak like in a clever way, and we can study from everyone's speech. And the second one was what was the right time to speak, right?
Yes.
So the right time to speak is when like you have something clever to say, you have something meaningful to say for the others that can be helpful for the others, because when you speak, others can learn from you, and it is important that others study good things from you.
That's very nice of you, Mr. Armenia. Thank you for surviving the difficult question. Next, we have Mr. Mexico.
Hello, hello again.
Yeah. Are you ready? Okay.
Yes.
How can you describe that the world is still beautiful to a blind child? How can you describe that the world is still beautiful to a blind child?
Well, I think the unity that they don't exist war, and the world is the same for all the people, and also women, men, and a lot of different countries, cultures, and for me, gonna be that like as unit, like a whole world is the same people.
Okay, next question. When is it okay to be not okay? And when is it not okay to be not okay? I
Could
will
you
repeat.
repeat?
Yeah. When is it okay to be not okay? Like it's okay to be not okay. It's okay. And when is it not okay to be not okay? Like now you are not okay. It's unacceptable anymore. When is that?
The about the limits, right?
Um. Okay. When is it okay? When is it like acceptable? If, for example, you have a friend and
Uh-huh.
your friend is not okay. When is it not okay? When is it okay to be not okay? And when he being not okay has to stop? When?
Okay, I try to figure out that question on my mind because I
It's
can't
something
very
mental.
well. But yes, yes, yes. I think when you go more than the limits, depends the person. I think gonna be it's not okay. For example, I have the philosophy: you have to still be your personality until you don't have respect for other one, because you can have your essence, but if the other one they don't feel like they don't love it, you have to keep the limit.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Grand Mexico. Okay, now Mr. Grand South Africa. Mr. Grand South Africa, I've been giving them difficult questions, huh? So now okay, listen to this. Two of the most important roles of a man is becoming a husband and becoming a father. In your own opinion, which has more value, being a husband or being a father first?
Um, I would say being a father, because that encompasses your wife as well. Because not only would you be a father to your children, but you may have to be a father to your wife, and vice versa. She may need to be a mother to you. But I think the role is quite important to be a father first above all else.
That's a very nice question. See, you're so good at this.
Makes me
Next.
nervous.
No. Like I'm the pressure, you're the diamond. Okay. Your greatest misconception. What do you think is the greatest misconception about men?
That all men are the same, definitely. And I'll give you one reason is that especially myself, I am a natural bodybuilder. And because I lift weights and I take care of my body, I'm gonna say, people think I may be, how do you say, I've got a lot of pride and ego, and that I only think about myself. And I think that's a very big misconception, particularly just on me. But men as a whole, I think the main thing is that all men are that way.
Yeah, that's very nice. Thank you for surviving this. And now we have Mr. Grand Thailand. Okay, this is
Yep.
your question. Difficult question. What do you wish would be socially acceptable for men to do that is currently not considered manly? I will repeat. What do you wish would be socially acceptable for men to do that is currently not considered manly?
Well, I would like to ask, what the word manly means? Like, there is, I think that okay, I'm gonna talk about LGBT. I feel like two men can marry each other, and that doesn't mean that they are not manly, they are not masculine, or they are less of a man. I feel like a manhood is a path in life, and every man can actually walk through this path in a different way from another man, and that doesn't mean that he's not manly or masculine enough. I feel like manhood is much more than personal decisions or whatever. So my advice to men is just do whatever you feel like doing, just be a good person, and love is the key of everything, and positivity. So I hope that answers your questions.
That's,
Your
that's,
question.
that's very nice answer. This brings me to your final difficult question. For a pageant like Mr. Grand International, should it be an issue for a member of the LGBTQ, if you're a gay or bisexual, to join and represent a country, knowing this is supposed to be a male pageant only? Why or why not?
Absolutely not. It doesn't mean anything. It's like okay, I'm gonna give you an example. You for example, your favorite color is green. My favorite color is blue. So we are both men. So what's up? What what is wrong about that? If a male is gay or bisexual or I don't know, there are so many demisexual, sapiosexual, or whatever. What does it mean? You're still a man, and you're still living your manhood. So it doesn't mean anything.
So it's okay for you to have a roommate who is gay in the competition.
Sure, I have no problems with anyone. To me, love is the key. I have my personal religion, I guess, which is just loving unconditionally everyone. Be good, be positive, and everyone should and must do whatever they feel like doing without caring of other people's opinions. Just be a good person. It doesn't matter if you love a man, it doesn't matter if you love a woman, just love. That's it.
Yeah, definitely I agree. When it comes to love, there is no gender. Thank you so much.
That's right.
So we will now be going to
Thank
the
you.
fast talk. So I will be saying something quickly and you have to answer it fast. Okay? Okay?
Sure.
Have to do it one by one now. Mr. Armenia. Grand Armenia. Lights on or lights off?
On.
On. Grips or boxers?
Ribs.
Ribs.
Grips. Being happy or being loved?
Boss.
Okay. Black or white?
What?
Black or white? Black.
Black.
Most influential person in your life?
Sorry.
Most influential person in your life?
In my net.
My mother.
Sexiest time of the day?
Sorry, once more.
Sexiest time of the day?
sexual muscle orva. Sexual muscle
Arabotyan.
It's the morning.
It's the morning. Sexiest part of your body.
Of your what? Sorry.
Of your body. Sexiest part of your body.
Sexual muscle մարմնի.
Կարծում եմ ընդհանուր մարմինը։
He thinks his whole body.
It's whole body. To be handsome or to be intelligent?
Խելացի, միանշանակ խելացի։
Like totally to be intelligent.
Այս կյանքը կարծում եմ միայն խելացի այս կյանքը կարծում եմ միայն խելացի մարդկանց համար է։
So he thinks that this life is only for intelligent people.
Okay. Your international celebrity crush.
Շատ հայտնի մարդ, ով դու սիրում ես, բայց մունքն ես իր հանդեպ.
Model Bella Hadid.
Bella Hadid. Right. To have more time or to have more money?
Շատ փոքր, շատ ժամանակ.
Շատ ժամանակ.
More time.
World peace or to stop world hunger?
Bananas. Stop economics աշխարհի սահա.
Yes.
To stop.
Yes, of course.
Yes, he says like to stop hunger, the hunger.
Okay. Perfect job or perfect relationship?
Կատարյալ աշխատանք, կատարյալ հարաբերություններ. Both of them.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. Grand Armenia.
Thank you.
We will have Mr. Grand Mexico. Okay. This is your question. Okay. Brand new house or brand new car?
Excuse me?
Brand new car or brand new house?
New house.
New house. Zombie outbreak or alien invasion?
Well, this is a good one. I think the zombie because I think they are a little bit slow than alien zombies.
No sleep or no food?
Could you repeat, please?
No sleep or no food?
Oh God, that's my two favorite things: eat and sleep. I think less sleep.
Less sleep. Shaving or waxing?
Shaving.
Listening to music or watching TV series?
Listen to music.
Animal that best represents you?
I think the horse because they are strong and also they have a stronger steps.
Lights on or lights off?
Depends, but I think lights on.
Briefs or boxers?
Both.
Okay. Being happy or being loved?
Being happy because with happiness you're gonna have love.
Sexiest time of the day?
Sunset time.
Sexiest part of the body?
I think lips.
Okay. Who is your international celebrity crush?
Well, I have a lot, but I think it's so funny because I love that personality of Sofia Vergara is Colombian, and I don't know. I'm in love with the personality.
Okay. World peace or to stop world hunger?
I think world peace because after the peace you're gonna have the help for hunger.
Okay. And having a serious relationship but no sex at all until you get married, or having sex with random strangers?
Having sex.
Having sex with random strangers.
Yes.
Okay. So now we have Mr. Thank you so much, Mr. Grand Mexico.
You're welcome.
Mr. Grand South Africa. Are you ready?
I am.
Okay. No sleep or no food?
Also a hard one, but I'll say no food.
Shaving or waxing?
Shaving.
Listening to music or watching TV series? I know the answer.
Definitely listening to music.
Zombie outbreak or alien invasion?
Alien invasion.
Animal that best represents you?
I would say a dolphin.
Okay. Lights on or lights off?
Lights off, candles on.
With underwear or nothing?
Nothing.
Being happy or being loved?
Definitely being happy to find out.
Sexiest sexiest part of your body?
I would say success part is my abs.
Favorite color?
Red.
Your international celebrity crush?
There's too many, but I'm gonna go with Miss Zozi Bini Tunzi,
Yeah, Miss
our
Universe.
South Africa.
Yeah.
Yes,
Perfect job or perfect relationship?
definitely perfect relationship. That
Okay.
affects everything.
Having a serious relationship but without sex at all until you get both married, or having sex with random strangers?
Having a serious relationship without sex till marriage for me.
Wow. Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, Mr. South Africa, Mr. Grand
Thank
South
you,
Africa.
Uno.
Yeah. Next is we have Mr. Grand Thailand. Lights
Yeah,
on or lights off?
lights on.
Briefs or boxers?
Boxers.
Most influential person in your life?
I will say my mother.
Sexiest time of the day?
Evening.
Hmm?
Evening.
Evening. Yeah, your international celebrity crush?
Miss Fergie. Fergie Ferg.
Brand new house or brand new car?
Brand new house on the
Zombie
way.
outbreak or alien invasion?
Alien invasion.
No sleep or no food?
No food.
Shaving or waxing?
Shaving.
What animal best describes you?
An eagle, I will say.
And lastly, having a serious relationship without sex at all until you both get married, or having sex with random strangers?
I will like both, but oh no, I'm just kidding. Serious relationship with no sex.
Really, huh? You're not hypocrite, huh? Okay, okay.
Yeah.
So, before we end this, I have one question to all of you. Similar question, and the question is, why should be the next Mr. Grand International winner? We will start with Mr. Armenia. Why
Right.
should be you should be the next Mr. Grand International winner, and why?
Okay. Ինչի պետք է լինես հաջորդ Mr. Grande։
Ուզում եմ ինչ եմ ուզում հաղթել Mr. Grand միջազգային մրցույթում, առաջ ուզում եմ հաղթել այս մրցույթում, որպեսզի ներկա բոլորը աշխարհում բոլորը իմանան իմ փոքրիկ ու գեղեցիկ երկրի մասին։ Ուզում եմ հաղթել, որպեսզի մարդկանց ապացուցեմ, որ ես միայնակ էլ կարող եմ հասնել իմ բոլոր նպատակներին, քանի որ ինձ ոչինչ հեշտ չի տրվել այս կյանքում։
So I want to win first of all because I want everyone in all over the world to learn and know about my small but beautiful country. And secondly, I want to win for myself because I want to prove everyone that I can do any kind of thing on my own by myself in my life because I didn't have any kind of thing in an easy way.
Very, very nice answer, Mr. Armenia, Mr. Grand Armenia, Edgar. Thank you so much. Yeah, I mean, we will have you again soon, perhaps, or we will see you in Panama City. But don't go yet. We will be finishing like all together. Okay. So I would like to thank you, and for your interpreter, thank you so much for also spending time with us. Okay. So, but don't go just yet. Okay. Okay. Now we have Mr. Grand Mexico. The same question. Why you should be the next Mr. Grand International winner, and why?
Okay. I I say already, you have to have the full package.
Mhm.
I used to live in a farm place with my family and used to be hard worker on the farmer, but after that, try to train the mind and on the school, but also keep being a good person because we are in the same place and we have to help each other. And that's why I have to keep like a full package, like a do hard work because you have to be perseverant and hard worker, but keep your mind trained because you have to go up and involve. But also the most important thing, you have to keep your big heart because you're gonna be like an influencer, but you're gonna be like a social promoter, and you have to keep that. Keep your soul and your mind so quickly.
Thank you so much, Mr. Grand Mexico. Don't go yet. We will be ending this all together. Now I proceed to Mr. Grand South Africa. Hi, Anthony again. So
Hi,
this
you know.
why you should be the next Mr. Grand International and why?
I would say because due to popular belief, or against popular belief, should I say, I've been through my own struggles and I've had a tough life, a tough upbringing, which has brought me to a place of understanding, compassion, and humility. And that's something I would like to reflect out into the world. A few challenges that I've had in my life um, range from being too shy to even speak in class, all the way down to too shy to actually show my body off, and also being embarrassed about my looks. And today I'm on the stage on an international stage with 40 other great gentlemen, displaying my looks and my personality. So I think that's a good motivator for young children, especially not only in South Africa, but especially across Africa, to also showcase that Africa has come to the party and we are ready to compete with the rest of the world. I would like to influence and encourage the whole world and to never give up and believe in yourself.
That's very nice answer. Thank you so much, Anthony. So
Thank you.
now we have Mr. Grand Thailand. Mr. Grand Thailand, your question is the same. Why you should be the next Mr. Grand International? And
I will say visibility is so power of speech. There are so many things I would like to improve in my country, Thailand, and there are so many things that are missing, and especially help for kids and people that are suffering depression. There are not actually good centers to help them. So I would like to win just to get into the platform and help people. And the second reason why I would like to win is making my family proud because they did so many things for me. I cannot even count. And to make them proud, I'm sure it will be the best gift I can give to them.
thank you so much, Mr. Grand Thailand. I think we are not so much time left for all of us for this episode. And I would like to sincerely thank each and every one of you because you've been so nice, you have been so intelligent, and we got to know every one of you on a deeper level, which is so important. Like Mr. Armenia, we know more about your country, and you, Mr. South Africa. Those questions made me understand more about you and the country and the continent that you are representing.
Yes.
Mr. Grand Mexico, who even woke up really early today just to be part of this episode. Thank you so much. And Mr. Grand Thailand for really representing Thailand very well now that is, opening this November 1. I mean, lots of our
Yes.
people who are watching us right now can really, think like, yeah, it's maybe high time to visit Thailand again. So thank you again.
After the competition, you can all come to visit me. I'm gonna be your guide,
Of course, we will keep in
waiting
touch.
for all of you.
What's important now is that in this competition, you are not just there to compete with each other, but you gain brothers, you gain friends.
Brotherhood,
Yeah, it's all
brotherhood.
about
Yeah,
brotherhood,
I'm
definitely.
so excited about that.
And yes, this is the competition, and part of the competition is placing to the top 10. which bring us to everyone. They have the opportunity to be included in the top 10 through online voting. And we have this video clip. Don't go yet. We will be playing this video for everyone. Again, we would like to invite everyone to follow everyone at Mr. Grand International. It's happening from November 25 to December 5 in Panama City, in Panama. I know every one of you are already excited to meet and everyone. And we would also like to invite you to follow the YouTube channel of Mr. Grand International. Hope you can subscribe. You can also subscribe on my channel. It's Phonology. And also, please check the Facebook page and Instagram of Mr. Grand International. Please subscribe for updates and everything. And yeah, I mean, thank you again for spending time with us. We would like to thank Missosology and Missosology Male Pageants, and we would like also to say big thanks to Mr. Grand International, to the owner, to the staffs, and everyone for being so nice to me and to all of the candidates. And we are looking forward to the next episode of Mr. Grand here in Misso Talks, featuring the Mr. Grand International candidates. Again, thank you, Mr. Grand Thailand, Mr. Grand Mexico,
Thank
Mr.
you.
Grand South Africa, and Mr. Grand Armenia. Once again,
Thank
my name is Una Rodriguez, your host, and our next episode, we will have our co-host Shaina Maria Herrera. Again, thank you. Good morning again there in the American continent. Good afternoon here in Europe. Maybe good afternoon still in South Africa. And also, good evening to everyone there in Thailand and Philippines. I don't know yet in Armenia. It's in between all of us. So again, to all of you, merci beaucoup. À prochaine fois. Merci. Bye.
Hey, thank
Thank
you.
you. Bye. Bye,
Bye. Have a
everyone.
good day.
Bye. Goodbye.
Bye.